Jurassic World Rebirth is the brand new movie that hits theaters in early July, but due to the AMC Screen Unseen, I got a chance to see it 10 days early. The film's directed by Gareth Edwards, who comes off directing The Creator in 2023, Rogue One in 2016, and the Godzilla film in 2014. And back to write the screenplay for this Jurassic movie is David Koepp, who was the original screenplay writer on the first two Jurassic Park movies. This film stars Scarlett Johansson as Zora Bennett, someone who's very good at getting people in and out of situations. She is hired by a tech billionaire, Martin Krebs, who's played by Rupert Friend, in order to try to get some dinosaur DNA in order to make a life-saving medicine to share with the world. Krebs also hires Dr. Henry Loomis to bring on the way as the dinosaur expert, who's played in this movie by Jonathan Bailey. There's also Zora's close best friends who she brings along on the journey. That's Duncan Kincaid, played by Mahershala Ali, and a character played by Ed Skrein. Also along the way, they meet a family of four who, along the way, get caught up in their business. That's Ruben the Delgados, who are played by Manuel Garcia Rolfo, Luna Baez, David Iacono, and Audrina Miranda. The film is 2 hours and 14 minutes and is PG-13. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max. I'm talking Jurassic World Rebirth. So, new to the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button. Ring that bell for notifications so you're new to the channel. Comment. I do movie, TV show reviews, added theater reactions, box office breakdown shows, all of those things. If you like any one of them, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell. Also, please comment down below. What are your thoughts on Jurassic World Rebirth? I'm getting this out pretty early. So are you excited for Jurassic World Rebirth? Are you a massive fan of the Jurassic franchise? Let me know your thoughts. I love talking with you guys in the comments. So please down below. And guys, please hit the thumbs up button. So as I said, I want to get to a point where I get to go to advanced screenings every week. That's one of my dreams, is to be able to get to advanced screenings, get to see movies early, give you guys reviews. So I'm not releasing them on the days of when movies are coming out, because a lot of you guys might have either seen the movie the same day as me or even seen them earlier than I have. And I want to be, as someone who's taking this, I want to take it as seriously as I can. I want to get advanced screenings. So when I heard that the AMC Screen Unseen, now I would say 2 weeks before the date for it, it had the runtime for Jurassic World Rebirth. I started telling people, but it didn't seem to get very big until a couple days before. So I got my tickets really early for Rebirth because I kind of knew this was going to be Jurassic World. So I was very excited, because I usually don't do the AMC Screen Unseens. I've heard just such bad horror stories of either people walking out and people being disappointed and loud when it's not the movie they want. But when I knew it was Jurassic World Rebirth, I got my tickets. My theater was completely sold out. And the relief on screen when they had Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey give like a quick message to everyone saying that we are the first people to watch this movie was very, very cool. So it was a cool experience. Overall, getting a chance to see this movie 10 days early. You never see a blockbuster released for fans this early. So I was very excited to be one of the first people to see this movie. And also coming in, I'm not someone who is a massive fan of this franchise. I've seen all of the movies multiple times. It's not a franchise that I love because there's only one movie in this whole franchise that I love. And obviously, we have not come close to the original Jurassic Park. And while there are some fun moments in this franchise, most of these films I would not recommend to most people. So that's kind of where I was coming into this review. And I will say, while I think this is a drastic improvement over the last two entries into the Jurassic franchise, I still don't think this is a very good movie on the whole. Now, on a positive, I think Gareth Edwards is the shining star of this movie because, again, this script was done a while ago. This movie was cast. They were going through so many different type of directors they wanted. Gareth was the last hire, big hire for this movie. And I'm someone who loved The Creator from 2023. I love Rogue One, and I really enjoyed his Godzilla movie. So he is someone who can really direct scale, because The Creator was around $40-30 million budget, and it felt like a $100 million type movie. And Rogue One obviously is one of the most gorgeous Star Wars movies as well. He is someone who really gets the most of the amount of money that is in the movie, budget-wise. And what makes this movie pop, other than the other Jurassic World, is the scale of it, the epicness at times of these action scenes, really just the action scenes themselves. There were two or three very fun chase sequences or just dinosaur-esque sequences throughout the movie. And I think Gareth Edwards was the right person for the job to put this movie on the big screen. He made this movie feel very cinematic. And the dinosaurs themselves, it was probably the first time in the franchise in decades where you were kind of in awe of the dinosaurs again, which is good. Now, you're in awe of dinosaurs for 2 acts of the movie. Sadly, it wasn't like that for the third act. But Gareth Edwards has a great job of scale, of scope, making things feel epic and humongous. And that's why he was the right hire for this movie. And I'll say this, the dinosaurs themselves look amazing. We have come so far from the first Jurassic Park, and which again came out all the way in 1993, which is over 30 years ago, which is very crazy to think about. But the dinosaurs in this movie do look, from a CGI perspective, incredible. There's not a moment where you see a dinosaur and it kind of takes you out of reality as it pertains to CGI. I'll get into my issues with that, with another element of the dinosaurs in a second. Of the human cast, I thought Mahershala Ali and Jonathan Bailey were the standouts. I've been one of the biggest Mahershala Ali fans for over a decade now. And he's been on hold for Blade for so long. He fits this world very well. Again, he's just playing entertaining Mahershala Ali. That worked for me. I really enjoyed his performance. Jonathan Bailey was someone I was very nervous about, really didn't understand his casting in the trailers, but he's quite solid here. He does a very good job with the material that he is given. But overall, guys, the reason why originally when we had a theater reaction, I rated the movie a 3 out of 5 stars. I am knocking it down a half star, is because the story just is very thin here. I mean, thin is being really polite. These are some of the most one-note characters of the franchise. And I think Jurassic is really just becoming Godzilla versus Kong, like the Monsterverse, where you have all these dinosaur scenes, but then you have these human characters that you don't care about. Now, the difference is the Monsterverse now has become very self-aware that people are not coming to see human characters. But again, this is a franchise. Well, yes, we're dinosaurs, amazing to see on the big screen in 1993 at the first Jurassic Park. That is true. But just as important as the dinosaurs in the first Jurassic Park were the human characters. You cared about, Alan Grant and Ellie and Malcolm and Hammond. You cared about all of those characters in the first Jurassic Park. And what each of these follow-ups have progressively gotten worse at is giving you someone to care about from a human perspective. This crew, I didn't care about any of these characters, if I'm being honest. I enjoy all these actors. I love Scarlett Johansson. I love Mahershala Ali. I'm becoming a fan of Jonathan Bailey. These are actors I should be wanting to root for. But these characters are very thin. You get laughable exposition scenes, like laugh out loud, forced exposition dumps on characters' backgrounds where it's not a spoiler, but there's a scene where Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali have one conversation. In that one conversation, they talk about their whole background to each other. Even though they are lifelong friends, they are going through their backstories to each other, just to each other in a conversation, and the scene ended. It was so laughably stupid. And the reason why this movie isn't intense is because you don't care about the characters that are going on. These chase scenes are fun, but I want to feel some intensity. These are eating humans, dinosaurs. And if you cared about the characters like you did in the first Jurassic Park, that's why that film has a horror, has a thriller edge to it. And these films just are not matching it. Also, they add in this whole family arc in the movie where half the movie is focused on the main crew from the trailers, and the other half of the movie is on this family of 4 where you have a dad, his 2 kids, and his daughter's boyfriend. That family stuff could have not been in the movie whatsoever, and it would have allowed us to have more screen time and care about the main crew here. But because we're going back and forth between the main crew and then this family that I don't care about, it was kind of like the movie was written and they were like, wow, we didn't really put any thought into caring about these characters. Let's put kids in the movie so then when they're in danger, we can feel on the edge of your seat. And that to me, honestly, is very lazy. Again, it's shocking because this is David Koepp, the writer of the first two Jurassic Park movies for Spielberg. This just feels like another, this fits way more into the Jurassic World era of films than the Jurassic Park. And I was hoping with Koepp coming back, it would be a good blend of both franchises, but it looks like we're just sticking with this Jurassic World era of one note, very vanilla human characters while there's dinosaur chase scenes. So the whole family subplot that could have been totally run out of the movie and it would have elevated the whole film. But because it's in there, and also this movie tries for a comedy a lot. And there is really not much comedy in this movie whatsoever. There's a lot of weed jokes that weren't very funny. There's just a lot of jokes in general in this movie that did not work. And without having that charismatic, in my opinion, lead actor captaining this movie, it definitely hurt that charisma element overall. So this is for me, the most probably will go down as the most forgettable film of the franchise. It's probably better than the last two entries into the franchise, but while that's the case, that doesn't mean this is a return to form for the Jurassic franchise. So for me, I'm going to give Jurassic World Rebirth a 2.5 out of 5. I am going to go 50% for Jurassic World Rebirth. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.